Call the meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Councilmember Amparano?
Here.
Councilmember Burnworth?
Here.
Councilmember Mendoza?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Obeso Martinez?
Here.
And Mayor Tucker.
Here. Please stand for the. Avery, will you lead us?
Sure. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, any adjustments to the agenda?
Mr. Mayor, there are no adjustments to the agenda.
City Attorney, please report on closed session.
Yep, the council met in closed session today and discussed the conference with labor negotiators. No reportable action, but direction was given to the negotiator. The council discussed the public employee performance evaluation of the city manager, no reportable action, and one existing litigation matter as listed on the agenda. Direction was given to council.
All right, thank you. Public comments. Matters not appearing on the agenda. If you wish to address the city council concerning any item within the city's jurisdiction, please raise your hand and be acknowledged by the mayor at the time. State your name and address for the record. The mayor reserves the right to place a time limit of 3 minutes on each person's presentation. Do we have any? Go ahead.
Test 1, 2. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Council members, thank you for your time. My name is Avery Moeller, address 680 Dulles Court West. I need to apologize, I didn't prepare notes. This is kind of impromptu, and sometimes when I'm in the spotlight, my mind and my words don't always get along, so I'm going to do my best here. I've been watching a lot of the projects that have been happening around the city and on Ayton Road, and I do want to commend staff and contractors. The jobs that I've seen, they're much needed, and they've done a good job for the city of city of Imperial.
Don't offend us.
Sorry, I'm a transplant. Sorry. I did want to bring up. I live on the west side of Sky Ranch in the cul-de-sacs there. That asphalt was paved about 20 years ago. It's in dire need of rehabilitation and a fresh surface. My kids and other kids, they can't even ride skateboards on that street there. Bicycles, it's rough when they fall. The aggregate's it's coming unraveled. The binder, the asphalt is past its life. And I just worried that if something's not done to correct that within the next couple years, it, in my humble expert opinion, will cost the taxpayers 3 to 4 times as much if something's not done within 2 years, because it's just falling apart one rock at a time. So if you just take that into consideration when you guys look at projects coming up, that would be greatly appreciated. That's all I have. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Mr. Dale, did you copy that?
Copy, sir.
Oh, you needs money?
What my request?
All right, now we also have a Fernando Zavala from the Crishan Casino. You.
All right, let me put this up a little bit. Can you guys hear me good? Hi, Mr. Mayor, City Council, staff, and members of the public. My name is Fernando Zavala, and just wanted to stop by, and I'm here before you because I wanted to remind you a little bit about services. I'm not sure everybody is familiar with the resort over in Winter Haven. So just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what we do, which is we have a hotel that is 166 rooms. We have 3 swimming pools. We have 4 restaurants, and we also have an event center, the Pipa Event Center, which can be broken up into 6 different conferences rooms. So we've been a part of this community for over 20 years in the Imperial Valley, even though we're in Winter Haven and mainly in Yuma. We have sponsored many events in the Imperial Valley. I understand. It's my understanding that we kind of stayed away from that for a while, so that's one of the reasons why I'm here too as well. I'm sure you guys will like that. And also, we just want to be involved with your economic development efforts because we understand that we are the only resort, and we want to be able to be a part and sit at the table to whenever you guys have investors coming into town. We also have the resort that could be used. So just please keep us in mind. We've hosted the Imperial, the Dancing for Dreams this weekend. It was a very well attended event by the community. It's a great cost. Yeah, good. Yeah. I've also participated in Dancing for a Dream a few years ago. Yeah, it was Dancing for a Dream and Dancing for the Stars. Yeah. We've also hosted the Energy Summit too over the past years as well. So we're available. Our doors are open. We would love to work with the city of Imperial. So anything that we can do, please. The city clerk has my contact information, so we would love to be a part of your efforts. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. Yes,
I was just gonna ask, if you can leave me your contact so I can have a conversation with you.
absolutely. Councilman, I think you have my contact information, so yeah, absolutely. My cards, I should be able to get them by next week. I just started 2 months ago, so I should be able to get my business cards, but my contact information you have. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you.
I'll give you a holler.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I thought you were coming to bring my money back that I donated. But thanks at least thinking of us. Thank you. Any other comments? Seeing none, we'll move on to presentation. Proclamation presentation for professional municipal clerks. What's that? Oh, there you go. All right. City of Imperial proclamation. The International Institute of Municipal Clerks is sponsoring the 56th Annual Municipal Clerks Week from May 4th through the 10th, 2025 to highlight the essential services provided by municipal clerks, and whereas municipal clerks play a vital role by ensuring transparency, efficiency, and accessibility in public administration, and whereas the city clerk's office is entrusted with preserving the integrity of official records, managing elections, maintaining legislative proceedings, and providing essential services to residents and government officials alike. And whereas municipality city clerks often work behind the scenes, demonstrated exceptional diligence, professional, and dedication. They enforce local and state regulations, oversee financial disclosure, and support ethical government within municipal administration. And whereas the City of Imperial City Council recognizes and honor to the city clerk's office for its invaluable contributions, unwavering professionalism, and steady dedication to public services. Now, therefore, I, Mayor James Tucker, on behalf of the City of Imperial Council, do hereby proclaim the week of May 4th through 10th, 2025 as Professional Municipal Clerk Week, when the City of Imperial passed and adopted this 7th day of May 2025 at a regular meeting of the Imperial City Council. And we'd like to present this to the city clerk. Would you like to say a few words?
I would like to say thank you on behalf of myself and the city clerk team. We appreciate everything that you guys do and working with us. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Want to go up front and we'll get our photo?
That's fine. There's three of us. On the warrant, she's on the warrant.
Just, we'll just let it go. And what else does it do?
You guys.
Okay, the next presentation, proclamation presentation for National Police Week. City of Imperial proclamation. Whereas National Police Week serves as the opportunity to express our deepest gratitude to the law enforcement personnel, recognizing the risks they take and the vital role they play in the preserving public order, promoting justice, and protecting the rights of all individuals. And whereas these brave men and women serve with integrity, professionalism, and steadfast commitment to ensuring the safety and security of our communities in responding to emergencies, preventing crime, and fostering positive relationships with residents. And whereas the enforcement agencies continue to evolve to meet the challenges of modern policing and embracing innovative training and collaborating to enhance community trust and operating effectiveness. And whereas the National Police Week stands as a dignified tribute to the memory of officers who have gave their lives in the line of their duty, recognize their courage, valor, and unwavering dedication to serving and protecting their communities. And whereas the City of Imperial City Council and extend our profound and appreciation to the Imperial Police Department and to all law enforcement officers, past and present, for their unfaltering service, courage, and services. Now, whereas I, Mayor James Tucker, on behalf of the City of Imperial Council, do hereby proclaim the week of May 11th through the 17th, 2025 as National Police Week in the City of Imperial, passed and adopted this 7th day of May 2025 at a regular meeting of the Imperial City Council. Chief, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. You said all the big words. The courage, honor, valor, dedication, unwavering support for their communities. But the one commodity that I think is the most valuable, and anybody that has any semblance of what is valuable, it's those things that are finite, the things that you can't replace or rebuild, and that's time. They dedicate a lot of time and their effort to the community. They take time away from family. It's not a Monday through Friday 8 to 5 job. It's 24 hours a day, every day of the week, holidays, nights, rain, snow, and if you can think of a dangerous environment and where help is needed, you can look to the men and the women of the Imperial Police Department. So often I like to try to take the opportunity to thank them for their time because I know it's finite and they cannot put it back on the clock. Thank you.
Thank you. And appreciate it. We'll meet you up front.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be going on to 3. Community Development Department's Transportation Project. Recent thoughts. Under construction and encouraging and upcoming. Sorry about that.
Good evening, all of you guys. First off, thank you for the opportunity given to us to be here to present our projects. Um, Although no official from ICTC are here, it's fair to mention that they are really good partners to helping us to secure federal and state funding in order to make all the infrastructure update possible. At the same time, the Community Development Department, led by Mr. Mora, is continually working on identifying and prioritizing transportation and infrastructure needs. So, based on that reasoning, is that the projects presented today have been selected. You got it? Okay, so this is a brief update of projects done up to this month. So our city, well, our city, we are roughly 22,000 residents in approximately 6.2 square miles, 70 miles of roadway. So the project constructed in the recent years. So let's start with the 18 Boulevard Class 2 bike lane from Bilore Way to Austin Road. This is a really ambitious project. When we began this idea a few years ago, we didn't receive exactly the support from other cities because they thought the Imperial Valley was not ready for this kind of infrastructure. So if you see the result is amazing. We have received a lot of compliments for our citizens, and they are actually I don't want to say astonished, but they are really grateful that we did this this project because we are offering our people that use the bicycles a lot of safety that they didn't feel before. Actually, there are people that is trying to adopt the this bike lane. As you may see, the solid green area is giving the people using the bicycle lane a lot of security, and the travelers using the cars, they are also showing a lot more respect. Uh, Another project is the Class 1 and Class 2 bike facility. This one was done a few years ago and is in the eastern side of the city. That was another project that was, much needed because if we're trying to encourage our youngster to use, or no, or not only the youngster, but all the people to use the bicycles, we have to offer the infrastructure. So in this project, the idea was to connect our community to the Imperial Valley College. So we work in this phase before the county. So once we got it done, the county immediately complete the segment from Dogwood up to the college. So we have received as well several phone calls from the residents saying that this is basically what they were expecting from the city of Imperial because they want to use more the bicycle. They want to decrease the contamination, and this is what they really appreciate. This project, I'm sure you know it. They say it's an 8-foot wide roadway, fully dedicated for the bicycles. Another project that people was actually calling us really often is La Brucherie widening project. That portion from Threshold up to 18 was in desperate condition. It was really narrow, and transportation was not really efficient. So in this project was a little bit challenging, but basically once we completed, we received a lot of phone calls. First asking, saying thank you, and also asking us why we didn't go up to threshold. And yeah, and people was confused. Hey, why you didn't complete it? So that was, I don't know, that portion is El Centro. But if you see, the improvement was significant. The travelers and not only drive across but enjoy the ride because the scenery is completely different. The city changed the face of this area, and I guess it's something people really wants to see their tax dollars invested in the community. Another project really much needed was Second Street, the segment from Highway 86 up to P Street. It was before the project done. It was in desperate condition. You can see here every rain event. It was a nightmare for the residents, for the industry using the area. So that was a challenge because there was no storm drain system. So part of the project was to accommodate a storm drain system. And yeah, it was a little bit more expensive, more challenges to overcome. But basically, this is what we got at the end. A beautiful roadway. People love it. And the most important is that every rain event, people is happy because it's no longer the nightmare they had before. Another project. This is all the project we have done. 11th Street. 11th Street was another section of the city that the actual roadway was really in bad condition. Same problem, no storm drain. This is one of the typical problems we have been trying to fix in all our projects. Because if there is no storm drain system, the water accelerates the oxidation of the asphalt, which generates premature problems. It doesn't matter how much money you invest, you are just in a way wasting your money. So that's why going the extra mile and fixing that problem is giving us the opportunity to offer this kind of infrastructure for the city. We are now giving the community not only the roadway, but also sidewalks and the handicap ramps, which are much needed. This is near the high school, so for all the pedestrian going back and forth was a really a good improvement. Projects under construction, I'll have my colleague to talk about them.
Thank you and good evening, Mr. Mayor and council members. I'm grateful for the opportunity to be presenting this part of the project to you. And these are some of the projects that are currently under construction and that I've been fortunate enough to be part of staff of the city. And we're going to start with the Aiden Boulevard Rehabilitation Project from Vilote Way to Old SR 86. As Jesus mentioned before, the Class 2 bike lane already installed on Aiden Boulevard was from Austin to Vilote, so this is sort of a continuation of that project. And it's not only a Class 2 bike lane, it's also the rehab for the road, which was in desperate conditions, as also Jesus mentioned. And Aiden Boulevard, as was mentioned in the CTC meeting where we did this presentation before, it's not only benefiting residents for Imperial, it also benefits people from all over the county and even from across the border because, you know, there's a lot of traffic that comes to the city and the county each day, either for work or for business, etc. So this project is very important to us. It is funded through STBG funds, which is federal funds, and also LTM Measure D. And these are some of the videos that we have taken of the construction process as of right now. We currently are in the stage where we're only missing the Class 2 bike lane, so the road has been already paved. The striping is almost complete except for the Class 2 bike lane and just some other minor details. But other than that, it's pretty much on the home stretch of the project. Another project that is currently under construction is the 7th Street Rehabilitation and Pedestrian Improvements from D Street to E Street. And this is a very important project because it's very close to elementary school. So it was in bad conditions before we started working on it, and now we are fortunate enough to be able to attend the needs of people driving and using that part of 7th Street. Currently we have sidewalk and curb and gutter installed. We're just missing the asphalt pavement, but that's pretty soon coming into place. This is a know if it's gonna play it didn't play the video, but that's the previous conditions of the road. So it was practically screaming to be fixed, and now we're just a moments away from actually have it rehabbed. And the other project that I'm going to talk to you about is the Highway 86 beautification project, Phase 1. This project, as you can see in the site plan on the screen, it seems like it's a little bit over the place in the scope that it's attending to, but mostly it's pedestrian infrastructure in the form of sidewalks and curb and gutters along parts of the old town. It's street rehabilitation on Worthington from Nance to La Brucherie, and also restriping from that part of Worthington from Nance all the way over to Barione on P Street. So it's going to have another class 2 bike lane, and it's also, as you can see here, work on the median of 86, which is as of right now just the installation of storm drain, and we're going to add some left turn pockets increases on 4th Street, 6th Street, 10th Street, and 12th Street. So it's going to aid a lot into the traffic that currently goes into that part of the city. And I'm going to head back to Jesus so that he can continue the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, so this is what was done in the recent years, what is going on right now, but what is coming. So basically, Community Development Department has been working really closely with the ICTC. As I said, that their help has been fantastic. They're always there. They pick up the phone to help us. So we have 3 different bundles of projects. The first one is carbon reduction program, which is the installation of EV chargers. So we are going to install in 3 phases, 3 charging stations, and we are going to purchase as well 3 EV vehicles for the city. That's the CRP program. Then we have CMAC, which is congestion mitigation and air quality improvements. We have as well 3 projects. And all 3 are sidewalks. The first one is going to start fairly quick, which is the 18 Boulevard sidewalk installation between Progress Trail and all State Road 86, which is basically the north part of 18 between General Dynamics and 86. That one is already, the bid process already started. So in a couple of weeks, it's going to be done, and we're anticipating to start construction perhaps 6 weeks from now. But after that, we are going to do the south section, which is 18 Boulevard sidewalk rehabilitation, and it's between Middle Road and all State Road 86. So basically, we are going to have kind of a mirror image. So we are going to offer now our pedestrians the possibility to walk through that section, which has been a hassle because there is no way to approach the 86 by walking. And the third phase is going to be a sidewalk installation, again, along 18 Boulevard, but now it's from 86 up to the railroad tracks at the northerly side, basically from 18 Express to the railroad tracks. That's what we have secured right now in funding. And for STBG, which is mainly roadway rehabilitation, we have the phase 1 is P Street from 18 Boulevard up to Rosarito Drive. That project is going to start again fairly quick. We already have the approval from Caltrans to start construction. Plans are almost ready, and we are going to start the bid process, I would say probably 3-4 weeks from now. Phase 2 is going to be P Street from First up to Barione. I know there's a gap in between, but that belongs to the county, so we couldn't work with the county to get that portion done. So, but at least we're offering our residents the possibility to use an alternative road instead to go every time along 86. Now, P Street, which a lot of people avoid to use it because of the condition, is going to be brand new, basically just like you have seen now along 8th Boulevard. And in the phase 3 of the STBG projects is the rehabilitation of 8th Boulevard from the railroad tracks up to Clark Road. So basically, we are going to have a really nice and vigorous section from Austin up to Clark, brand new roadways. And I have to mention that in the last call for projects, we prepared 9 projects to secure funding grants for the city, and we were successful to get all 9. So now we have the problem that we have to perform, we have to deliver, but here we are working to make it happen. And basically, it's just like that. A goal without a plan is just a wish. So to get to this point is because we have been focusing in what the city needs. We have the support from our director, Oton Mora, so he helped us a lot to make all this happen. Thank you very much, and if you have any questions, we are here to answer.
Thank you. Any question?
Yeah, real quick. I did get to attend with you guys the CTC town hall, and I really appreciated the presentation that this one here to see it again. But my big question is that day that we had there, there was the synchronization of our lights.
Oh, yes, that is part of the Highway 86 beautification project.
Are we still on track? To
Yeah,
beat El
we're
Centro?
still on track. Yeah, we are back and forth with the vendor, because that component was not part of the original project, but now since we are adding it, there is some adjustment in pricing, which is no big deal in terms of the benefits. And we received correspondence from the vendor yesterday.
Awesome.
So yes, we are in track, and if everything goes right, we are going to be the first city.
Good.
In
So just to make note, El Centro is trying to make sure that they beat us on this. They're trying to get it done.
They always try, but
Yeah,
they're
not going to do it. So
I'm kidding.
thank you guys very much. Really appreciate you guys.
I
Appreciate
have
the
a
hard work.
comment more than anything. After I saw the pictures of the town hall, somebody commented to me, they had called me and said, Imperial's on fire. Like,
Yeah.
you guys are doing amazing work, all these projects. It's amazing, honestly, all the good work that's done. I know people might complain about the traffic and this, that, but in the end, there's a little bit of, okay, get over it, because you're gonna get a brand new road or a brand new
Yes.
walkway or something thereof. So thank you very much to all of you. You guys are doing amazing work.
All right, and Mrs. Ettinger has a question.
Yes.
Both. It's going to be 7th, 10th, and 14th. Will be all brand new, and it's going to have now a storm drain system. So every time that we have a rain event, you are not going to get the water. Right there, yeah. Yeah, that way it's taking a little bit longer. We add a few more components to the original project. It's been challenging because of the conditions we found beneath the asphalt. But yeah, 14th Street is one of the streets that is going to be brand new. Okay. We had a meeting. We have regular meetings every Monday.
Just make sure you're talking to the mic so that
Oh,
audience.
I'm sorry.
There's a lot of people watching. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We had a regular meetings every Monday. So our contractor,
Excuse me, Hazel. Can you repeat that question that she asked you? That way we can let everybody know
yeah,
that.
she wants to know tentative time to get the road paved.
14th.
14th, yeah. It is going to be a domino effect. We are going to start in a couple of weeks, 2 weeks from now, starting with 14th. Then we are going to move south to 10th, and we are going to finalize on 7th Street.
Oh,
Yeah, you're
thank you, Hazel.
sorry.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, I mean, it's not mentioned in this presentation. We're also working into programming the additional $3 million that the city at that time, you got it, correct? And we are applying for the additional funding through CMAC and STPG on May 16th. And what we are trying to do is we want to underground the drain along SR 86. We want to put sidewalks and a bike lane. So those three funding sources will help to connect now Barioni and Ayton and all the way to IBC.
Awesome.
And CMAC and CBG closes on the
On the
16th.
16th, we have to submit that on the 16th. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Appreciate all the hard work.
Does that mean are roundabouts still in our plans or no roundabouts? I hear about roundabouts all the time. We did away with that?
No, not through this grant.
Oh, okay.
We need at
Oh,
least
darn.
26, $30 million to complete that roundabout. So the fundings through CMAG and STBG are very limited. So
Okay, I just get asked that question a lot, and I said I'll ask Mr. Mora. Thank you, Jesus.
Okay,
Thank you.
good night.
Okay, A4 is going to be moved to the end of action item. Oh, we're gonna move you. Right, B, consent agenda. All items appearing under the consent agenda will be acted upon by the city council with one motion without discussion. Should any council member or person request that an item be considered separately, that item will then be taken up at the time as determined by the mayor.
So moved.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. Vote, please.
We're gonna abstain.
Oh.
We got you. You got it.
Read my mind.
All right.
Motion carries 3-0 with 2 abstains, 1 from Mayor Pro Tem Obesa Martinez and from Councilmember Mendoza.
All right. Thank you. C, action items. Discussion action. C1, approve and adopt resolution number 2025-12 and resolution number 2025-13 designated 2 parcels as surplus land. Mr. Morita?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor and Council, there are 2 parcels that are on before you this evening. One is a kind of a triangle-shaped remnant that was related to the Caltrans relinquishment of Highway 86 to the city of Imperial. If you look in your agenda packet, you'll see a depiction of that parcel. There is another parcel on the northeast corner of East 12th Street and N. And both of those, if you recall from prior discussion, the council wanted to move forward with disposing of those. This is just the first step in what will be a process, not the least of which is there's some state law that would require us to make it available to a whole list of folks that are connected with affordable housing. So they have an opportunity, and if they avail themselves of that opportunity, we would be required by that state law to have the discussion about disposing of it in that fashion. If that clearing that, then we would be in a position to sell. We would probably get a broker's opinion of value as opposed to a full-blown appraisal, but we can make that decision down the road. So you're going to see these items again. This is the first step that would initiate the Surplus Lands Act portion of it.
All right. Thank you.
So moved.
I got a motion
Second.
and a second. Vote, please.
Motion carries 5-0.
Okay, on to C2. Adopt City of Imperial procedure for the public hearing regarding AB 2561 on city vacancies, recruitment, and retention efforts. Ms. Smith?
Yes, good evening. The proposed adoption of the City of Imperial procedures for the public hearing regarding Assembly Bill 2561 concerns our city vacancies, recruitment, and retention efforts. As you may recall, Assembly Bill 2561 requires public agencies to hold a public hearing at least once per fiscal year to address these issues. And the city's public hearing and reporting on vacancies, recruitment, and retention efforts policy was previously approved March 5th, 2025, and the procedures before you tonight establish the protocol for these hearings, ensuring they are conducted fairly, orderly, and efficiently. The document in front of you outlines how these hearings will be conducted and administered, including notice requirements, the order of the hearing, including designated presentation timeframes, and the procedures to address standards of discourse. There's no fiscal impact associated with this action, and we recommend the approval and adoption of the procedures for the public hearing regarding AB 2561 on city vacancies and recruitment and retention efforts, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Any question?
I'll make a motion to approve. Second?
I got a motion and a second. Vote, please.
Motion carries 5-0.
All right, thank you. Next up is C3, approval, C3, approval of the public service supervisor description and related allocation changes. Presenter, Kristen.
Thank you. The item before you outlines key allocation changes necessary to address critical staffing needs within our public services and community development departments. Specifically, due to evolving staffing requirements, we're requesting to update our position allocations to delete one public services foreman position at range 85 within public services, and to add one engineering technician inspector position at range 74 for community development. And then further, we request the approval and adoption of the Public Services Supervisor job description and the addition of one full-time allocation for Public Services Supervisor at range 85. This updated description more accurately reflects the current scope of work required for the crucial role within the Public Services Department, and this Public Services Supervisor position will be an MSPC unrepresented position. We believe the changes will significantly enhance our ability to better serve the community by improving management and oversight within the Public Services Streets Division, strengthening the Community Development Department's capacity to effectively handle increasing development demands, and ensuring our job descriptions accurately reflect the work being performed by our staff. The proposed restructuring will result in a salary savings for the current fiscal year. Therefore, we recommend the approval of the Public Services Supervisor job description and the outline allocation changes. We're confident that the adjustments will enhance our ability to maintain and improve essential staffing needs in both departments, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
All right, any question?
I got a quick question. And I understand the changes, and I know we spoke about this briefly, but these affect two different departments, correct?
That's correct.
Were they taken into consideration and make sure that the needs are being met by that department?
Yes. Yes, we did talk with both directors, Mr. Dale and Mr. Mora, and they agreed that these changes were good for their departments.
And the job descriptions that you guys were asking for meet the needs of what is needed?
At least for me, yes.
Yes.
Okay. I know last time we did something like this, it was with IT, and we came back with the needs were different from what we were asking for. So I just want to make sure that we're in line with what we're looking for and what we're trying to accomplish before we start changing and making these changes. And I don't know, I still have heartburn over some of the descriptions, but that's just my heartburn.
All righty.
I have drugs.
Oh, dang. That's TMI.
Need more than that.
I have protonics.
How about you make a motion?
So moved.
I got a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Tucker.
Did I? My name?
Motion carries
There you go.
5-0.
Thank you.
C4, approve contract award to to Rove Engineering for manhole and lift station rehabilitation and new manhole installation project in the city of Imperial, bid number 2025-01, authorize a 10% contingency. Mr. Dale?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. As you may recall, the council directed staff to put this project to bid recently. We did put it to bid. We asked our consultant to contact several of known contractors that do this kind of work in an effort to get as many bids as we could. It ended up we only got one bid from Rove in the amount of $1,414,064.
And what was your estimated?
So I didn't have an exact estimate. The consultant had an estimate of a little under 1.2 million. And originally in the CIP, we had 1 million. So it's not surprising that the price come in a little higher in the recent days. The prices have been coming up and up, higher and higher. So for that regard, we decided to recommend approval. However, if the council so wishes to direct us to go to rebid it again, we can do that as well.
And where is this lift station and where are these manholes?
So they're spread around the city.
So how many manholes does it include?
I don't know the exact number at this moment in front of me, but it's somewhere in the 40 to 50 range. So we originally were going to rehabilitate the Claypool pump station. And that was in these plans, but then we had the consultant remove that because we found that the Claypool pump station had a smaller diameter wet well than was really required. So what we're doing is to increase that wet well size to 12 feet in diameter as opposed to 6. And because that's going to be now with the new Claypool pump, actually the sewer line, the 21-inch sewer line, that will be more of a regional pump station, and we can, as I've mentioned in prior council meetings, we can forego the need for the Clark pump station for the most part. So we took that Claypool pump station out of this project, and so now we only have the cross pump station to be rehabilitated in this particular project.
But will that pump, the new line that you just put in, will that be going that way?
So the 21-inch line will go is as you know was installed already in Ayton.
Yeah.
Prior to the paving. This next phase, as it's going to be coming to you probably in the next meetings or so, for approval for the bid, is bringing the pipeline all the way down Highway 86, and then across 86 into the new pump station area, which will be very close to where the existing pump station is. We're hoping to do some, as a part of that project, do some landscaping and kind of spruce up that area, make it look a little bit better.
This is the one in front of Coors, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
The Claypool area. So
yeah, Claypool.
So this project includes brand new manholes where there are actually none at the moment. It includes rehabilitation of manholes, some most in the Old Town, some on Worthington. We found recently, as a part of the project that Mr. Moore is doing, we found another manhole that is preparing to collapse, but as part of it's in this project, and so we feel good about that we're going to be replacing those manholes and rehabilitating those manholes along in that area, and then some along P Street and some in Old Town, so they're spread out. And then I might mention, so in the next meeting or two, we're going to be bringing to the council for approval to put to bid a full-blown citywide manhole survey and CCTV of some of the old pipelines in Old Town. So out of the 1,700 manholes, this is a small part of it, and we have a big mountain to climb when it comes to getting our manholes in shape for the future.
Some of these, I mean, the audience or the residents can't see online, but they had bricks, like bricks. I was like, dang, this is probably from God knows when. But I can imagine how old as our city is, how many you're going to have to tackle. Would it be like based off of, are you going to triage them out, kind of like which ones are the worst? Are you going to kind of worst or do it like a grid based How do you anticipate to do that?
So these manholes were already selected in this project, but in the what the survey will give us is it will rate the manholes on a scale, and it will go into our GIS database. So we're really excited about our new GIS system that's going on. So this will tell us what is the most important manholes that need to be rehabilitated. These manholes that were made with brick, the brick is surprisingly very sturdy, but the mortar around the brick is bad. It will go bad. So they need to be rehabilitated. Most of the infrastructure in Old Town is over 100 years old. Yeah.
Now, was this a budgeted project or is this a grant or where's this money coming from?
So we have it in our CIP
Okay.
already approved to do this work. We estimated, somewhere in the neighborhood of $350,000 to do it. It might be more now. Things are going up faster than we can keep track of. So, yeah, but it's part of our CIP. Part of it's enterprise wastewater funds in our reserves.
All right, thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I got a motion and a second. Please vote.
Motion carries 5-0.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Grandpa.
Congratulations.
Next up is C5. Approve and adopt resolution number 2025-11 declaring an emergency for foundation repair at City Hall.
So I have a picture on. I'd like to bring up on the screen if I could. You can. Is it possible to zoom in a little bit on that?
Not on that computer.
There you go. So this is a crack in City Hall's wall. It's been here for quite some time. Staff, what they tell me is they try to clean up the aesthetics of it, and the crack returns, which tells me that the foundation is shifting, which is a very big concern. There was a structural report done, I think, in 2010, several years ago after the earthquake. Clearly that it was cleared to rehabilitate or habitate this place, but the concern that I have on this is that any movement of the earth, any earthquakes, anything like that could potentially cause it to catastrophically fail. And we have people sitting there, as you can see, there's a computer right there. And so what I did was I contacted several specialty companies that repair foundations. I got response from one. They came down, they inspected it. They concur that this is something that needs to be addressed fairly quickly. This section they tested the foundation around that area and outside the walls and found that the foundation is extremely uneven. So there's been some severe settling in that area, up to 3 inches from one side to the other. And so that's why we're saying, can we declare this an emergency? Because even though it's been there for quite some time, we're concerned of some kind of catastrophic failure. So we have plenty of budget in our building maintenance and operations to fund for this. I believe it's $28,300 to complete the repairs. Foundation, and then city staff will go in afterwards and replace carpeting and do the aesthetic repairs of the wall.
Where's this located at in the city?
This is about 10 feet from our city manager's office.
That's Olivia's office.
That's Tommy's computer.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, no, we need to
Yeah.
make sure our employees are safe first and foremost, so I'll make the motion to approve.
Second.
I got a motion and a second. Vote, please.
Motion carries 5-0.
Okay, now we'll go going back to A4. Mr. Manriquez. budget presentation.
Good evening, Mayor, council members. This is a brief budget presentation that we have been meeting with all department heads. Tonight's presentation is only focusing on general fund departments. And I will be doing like a high-level overview of the totals comparison from how we ended last year, our current year, and projections for current year based on our expenditures and the requested budget by departments. By all means, this is not final. This is just what the discussions we had internally with each department head and with review with city manager. So if you have any questions in any of the slides, feel free to stop me. I do have detail, but I just wanted to say that for another session. So I'll be bringing next council meeting the enterprise funds and then CIP, so we can actually at the end complete one full version of the city's budget. So with that, we'll start with City Hall. City Hall has basically 5 departments. It's City Council, City Clerk, City Attorney, City Manager, Admin, Human Resources, and General Services, which compromises basically all things that do not fit into one department specifically, but encompasses all city halls. As you can see here, as I was explaining, the first column is how we actually ended last fiscal year. The middle 2 columns is the budget that was approved and the forecast how we're going to end that particular department. And at the end, you'll see the proposed amount. I do, like I said, I do have details, and on the next slides, you'll eventually see what are the big discrepancies or big needs or differences. So, any questions? We'll move forward. So for City Hall, allocations and increases. So at this time, for any of those departments, there are no allocation recommendations for new staff. The budget increases, as you can see, the major one is what we call funded retirement liabilities. So those are our CalPERS commitments that we have. They are unfunded. Those, you see the 395 because those eventually previous years and current year, those are basically being paid through our reserves directly. They're not in the budget, so this came out of our audit to put it in the audits because we do pay them regardless. So it's just putting them from the balance sheet to the budget. It's not like we haven't been paying them before. It's just we're going to reflect that we are paying them. So this is just more as an audit finding that we had from our external auditors. The other big increases that you may see is it's not really an increase. Let me explain that. It's not really an increase, but to the budget it is. This is $100K for human resources, for professional services, basically for litigations. We have been spending on money. Current budget sits like around 200, and we've been spending almost close to 300 the past 2 years. So the recommendation is to actually raise that budget to 300. So that's why you may see the increase. It may not reflect human resources a total from one to the other, but if you see it to the forecast, we already spending that money, so might as well request the correct budget for each line item. And the other one is for city attorney. That's in conversation in case we're gonna hire additional services to help out city attorney. Next slide. I love Chief. There's literally no changes. So the current budget, it's in line from what was requested. The proposed budget is basically stagnant. The only increase you see are salaries and benefits increase. There are no allocation recommendations and no really budget increase. It's just more moving around the monies where the police department needs it. So congratulations, Chief. Thank you. Appreciate it. So it makes it easier. There's no major changes for police department. For fire, I didn't get an official budget from chief. I know he's on away this week. He was gonna get me the number, but this is our last year's expense, our current budget and forecast, and I just put in 1.6, but that's just unofficial. Probably expecting an increase from current year. So hopefully hear from the chief from next week.
So I actually have a question on this.
Yes.
Aren't we locked into a 3-year contract with them?
I think it expires this year.
I thought we renewed it right before Estrada left.
I will double check on that one then.
I thought that was 2023, maybe 24.
Okay, I'll follow up on that, and since I haven't talked to the chiefs, next, we have public services. Public services, we have public services management, street maintenance, storm drains, shop, and buildings and grounds. You can see same columns. Budget comparing last year to this year is not much of a difference. It's just moving to the correct line items. Like as I mentioned, there are some increases from current expenditures and forecasts. For public services, no new allocations are recommended. There are some budget increases requests, and you can see the details on one. For streets, we have 4 new requests. Well, actually 3, which is the sidewalk repair, weed abatement contract, and PCMS board and traffic wireless upgrade. The one total station you see there is an actual request from engineering, but it's better served. It's going to be served for the streets. So based on funding, the recommendation was to put under streets instead of engineering and community development. But that's an Mr. Mora's request for total station.
What is the PCMS boards and traffic wireless upgrades?
The changeable message board, the electronic boards.
Oh,
Little billboard.
For buildings and grounds, there is the janitorial service contract and 100,000 recommended for remodel projects within the city hall's offices and requests as needed. This is not for a particular project, but just more as a contingency to any repairs that we got to do, like the one they just mentioned. Any questions? Next, we move on to community development. Community development has 4 departments, which is community development, code enforcement, engineering, and building and safety. Budget-wise, from one year to the other one, is pretty much stagnant, but there are some requests. There's the minor request that is getting budgeted through streets. For here, we do have 2 allocation recommendations and the financial impact it will do for a full year. One is an engineering technician inspector and a building inspection and code enforcement. So those 2 positions were requested and reviewed as a need for the department, and based on their total projects, those will be the financial impact for a full year. And the budget increases that I mentioned is $45K, but it was being charged to streets. Any questions? Move on. All right. So the library, this is a full diagram of the library. The library pretty runs much on a lot of grants. So Amber has been doing a great job there. The proposed budget is pretty much the same as current year. There is recommendations for new staff, which 2 would be intern paid by a grant for the lunch at the library program, and request for administrative assistant. which has a financial impact of 56,000, which would impact the general fund. Moving along to Parks and Rec. So Parks and Rec is comprised of Parks and Recreation and Aquatics program, and special events. This is there is a little bit increase for this one, and we can see it right here. There are no allocation recommendations at this time from Tony, but there is an increase request for parks for each department. So for parks, they're requesting to increase 25,000 for maintenance equipment. They're pretty much maxed out already, and we're barely through March and April's invoices. So maintenance equipment is being asked to be up 25,000. For the aquatics program, to run it all year long now, if we get the senior center, or what's it called?
For programming in general, to be year-round now that we have the opportunity to grab the space within the senior villas. This is kind of in line with the council's vision of expanding programs to run year-round. So this is to get us started year one, outfit the space, get us in there and going for the programs to run. We have contractors already in the queue waiting for us to finalize lease agreements with them and get in there in that space.
So that's the 40,000 for that. Thank you, Tony. And the additional 40,000 is for special defense department. This is basically costs are going up, vendors, stage, performers. So that the cost of rentals is increasing. So overall for the department, it's an increase as of 40,000 to keep the same amount of events as we currently have.
Can we get the amounts of how much it costs per event?
Yeah, I actually have that with me. I can go over that with you, or I can just send it to you guys all collectively.
Doesn't matter.
I can have that. I can send that to you guys.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, we have like how much we spent on salaries, overtime, how much we bring in, how much we get donated. So everything is coded. So all the information you need, we can surely put it together with Tony's and finance, and we'll send everybody the information.
Thank you, Vic.
Per department, per event you want it, right? Per each.
Per event.
Okay,
Per event.
will do. Next is Department of Technology. We have 5 divisions here. It's IT service, IT support, GIS division, cybersecurity division, and broadband division. So 3 of the divisions are fairly brand new. So we didn't have any expenses last year. They were all incorporated into one. For this current fiscal year, we do have 1.5 million budgeted, and Alex is very detailed in how he expense. So we're pretty much going to hit that number. For upcoming fiscal year, there is a large request, but also, as you may know, technology gets outdated real quick. And I know there's been city improvements. So this is a list of all the increases that are being requested by Mr. Estrada. For new allocations, there are none at this time, but you can see the increases there for each department specifically. And if you have any questions, I guess Mr. Estrada can answer a little bit better than me.
What's the NVR?
NVR is a network video recorder. It's a camera system. For this particular year, we have a special software technology that we want to incorporate to the city, mainly the the agenda management system. As the city clerk can describe right now, the process that they have is very by hand, if you will. So we're gonna bring in an agenda management system. Also, we want to bring a new website for the city based on requirements from the state related to the ADA Title II. Also, this next fiscal year, Windows 10 will be retired, so we have computers to be replaced. a new video camera system for the city hall, parks, and community development. I mean, all those three facilities are going to be landing in this recorder. And some requests from GIS. One is for data, and the other one is for technology for the new asset management system that Ramiro is working right now. And the broadband maintenance. The broadband maintenance include different no improvements because the network is fairly new, but as we are moving to some of our systems to the cloud, and now we expand the network to the other facilities that we have. For example, the broadband is providing internet access to the water and the wastewater plant. What we want to do, so I'm sorry, going a little back. And as we are moving technology to the cloud services like the ERP, now the phone system, we want to bring another internet service provider as a backup in case our current one, for whatever reason, goes down. So we are kind of putting money as a placeholder for those kind of scenarios. And also, as a brand new network, I'm not expecting to have any big problem, but also in case something that is out of warranty needs to be replaced, having the funding available, or not just taking money from whatever account is available. It's more like that. And I forgot to mention about the very first Dell server. As council remember, during this year, we recently purchased two brand new servers for the GIS project. But for this year, we're going to replace a server that has been in place for almost 8-9 years. I was checking the invoices. So this is the server that maintain all the city data. So that's a project that definitely needs to happen if we want to maintain our systems in a good shape. But I will stop for any questions that you may have. We have, additionally to this, we have another projects that we recommend to other departments, but they're gonna budget those projects in the departments.
Thank you, Alex. Moving along, and like I said, none of the projects or requests or increases are final. This is just the first part of giving council some where we stand and what are our needs or requests. And if you can see here, this is a full picture of all the city departments that we just went over. There is an increase, like I mentioned. Big part of it is now we're going to be reporting the CalPERS unfunded, so that's a huge hit increase. It's not a hit. It's just we're reporting different way of reporting it. Salaries, that's our biggest expense throughout the city. So we are taking in consideration with merits and the current COLA in place. It's around average about 6.8% increase for employees. And the rest are the increases I highlighted. Any other questions? All right. So I do have like I mentioned, the breakdown of each department line by line. So I didn't want to start out with that one. So next council meeting, I'm going to be presenting the enterprise funds, which are the main ones that are doing the CIP projects. See if I can squeeze that all into one meeting, because we do have a lot of projects. They are eating a lot of our reserves. They are major projects. So that's something that we need to account going forward with our CIP projects. And probably lastly, have something a little bit more complete with the actual revenues we are expecting based on our consultants and all that. It's pretty much stagnant growth. So that's why once we put everything together, we're getting out the famous red pen and seeing what goes.
How's our How's our reserves looking?
Right now, they look pretty good.
How many days cash on hand do we have?
About 4 months.
Oh, awesome.
Yes, no, so for right now, it's good. I know the general fund is pitching out to some of the, CFP projects. So that's probably next meeting or the very last, the next meeting. I know Don and David are working and like Jesus presented a lot of projects.
Diligently to spend it.
But we need to keep track of how fast we spend it, because those monies goes as well for water and wastewater as well. So that's something to probably further discuss in the upcoming meetings and once we have a clear picture of the whole city budget.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, up next is D, reports. Mr. Mora?
I think staff did all the community development.
Thank you.
Mr. David Dale?
I don't have anything to add.
At
first, I know.
It's late.
So we have a busy month this month for Parks and Rec. First and foremost, let me announce that we've actually released our summer guide for programming. The 5th through the 12th will be for browsing only, so you can get a look at what you want to sign your kids up, set up your Civic Rec account if you haven't. For those of you watching, we have transitioned from Rec Desk to Civic Rec, so please set that up. You will not be able to sign up your kids for camps if you don't have that account set up. And we're happy to help you. If you give us a call at our office, set your account up. So the next thing is, next week we have not only our regional park engagement with our senior apartments here in Imperial. That is Thursday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. We had to realize that our target audience likes to go to sleep a little earlier than most, so we had to get there in the morning. We also have our Park in the Dark event from 4 to 10 at Eager Park that next Friday, Friday the 16th. There's also a town hall for community outreach for the same here in Chambers on May 29th at 6:30. So this is for those council members that have been here for a while, know that we are looking to revive that regional park dream and maybe get this built here in the near future. So the first part of that process is to engage and get community feedback and buy-in, get them to input, give their opinions, and feel like they have been an instrumental part of building this thing once we get funding to do so. So we'll also be at the Park in the Dark with a pop-up tent for outreach as well. Staff will be there answering any questions regarding the regional park. We'll have some boards for kids to be able to build their own park on site, do engagement there as well. So we're trying to move at 100 miles an hour with this outreach effort. We have some funding availability that's going to be coming out for round 4, and with the picture being unclear of what the legislator is going to do with funding availability, we want to make sure we have community outreach in the bag and we have something that we can put out to RFP hopefully by the end of this year with council's blessing. So we're moving forward on this as fast as possible to get that buy-in from the community. Like I said, that's the most important part of the process. So
I like it.
Yeah.
Every time I hear about the regional park, I get excited.
So I hope to see all you guys there if you guys can make it. I know it's going to be a little bit too difficult to swing the 10 a.m. to noon, but if you can be there, it's always good to show face with that demographic, which is your aging community. And they're sometimes more outspoken than most.
They're always more outspoken than most. Especially the two in the audience.
So like I said, if you, we will have availability to vote for your amenities of choice in Chambers on the 29th. So we will have a QR code that we create. You can scan it in as we're going over the presentation meeting, giving you an overview of what that project was, where we would like to go, and having the input. They can also vote on their phone while they're sitting here listening to me just go on and talk. They can actually vote on things through a survey we're going to create for that day. So we're gonna attack all avenues. It's on my Imperial app. That's all, through the regional chamber. We've put this out there, through social media and everywhere else too, to make sure we get the numbers in chambers that we want for feedback.
All right. Appreciate it. All righty. Mr. Estrada?
Mr. Mayor, council members, well, finally, we were able to migrate our phone system after several weeks of delay. And so far, everything went okay. So the lines are up and running. Now we started an internal audit of the other phone lines that we have and see what we can cancel or reduce pricing. So that's pretty much what I have today.
That's a lot of work to go through those phone lines.
Yeah, definitely. I think there is lines that we don't even know where they are. So it's going to be a challenge, but definitely I think we can save some money.
All right, appreciate it. Mr. Real?
Actually, I have nothing. Thank you.
Fire?
Likewise, nothing from fire. Thank you.
All right.
I'll skip till next week.
Nothing from me today.
All righty.
Nothing for me.
Nothing for you. Mr. Robert? I'm Pran?
Chief, I'm
Dennis?
Well, so I'll just say as someone who qualifies for every senior discount known, that I plan to be there on May 29th.
It'll be easy.
Now my turn?
Now your turn.
Yeah, okay. A couple things. I was able to participate in a career day at Southwest High School. I was asked to participate. I talked in front of 4 different classes about, what it takes to be on the council and how do you get there and all the good stuff. And that was pretty fun. A lot of good questions. Got a nice big long email from a student thanking me for being there and allowing the city for me to be there. So it was really nice to see that. Got to attend our CTC town hall meeting with our staff members, and I do have to say our report was by far the best because we had the most projects compared to some of the other cities in the county and the other ones that I got to see. I mean, we're definitely moving forward better than other cities. Bigger projects, we're actually getting a lot of work done. So it was nice to see. Nice to see that there's competition, that they're trying to beat us, and it's not happening. So keep up the good work, guys. I really appreciate that. I think we all appreciate that. So with that, when we met with CTC, we got to have conversation. I got to have conversations with them. We talked about funding sources, projects, and all that good stuff of how things are going to move along. So it was good to do. And then lastly, last Friday, thank you guys for all the support and the help there with the Dancing with the Stars. I definitely had a great time, and yeah, it was fun. So thank you guys very much for everything. Keep up the good work.
All right, thank you. And you did an excellent job
Thank you.
representing.
Thank you.
Mr. Bernard?
Can you show us it?
You should have seen when he did the splits. That was a good one.
I have nothing.
Nothing. City Clerk?
I'd just like to say thank you again for the proclamation, and I would like to wish everybody a happy Mother's Day.
Oh, that's right.
All you men in here. On Friday, I was able to attend the Dancing with the Stars, and as always, they've done an awesome job with that event. It's always fun to go watch and see some people that you may not even realize have the moves, and they get out there and bravely dance in front of a very large group just for a good cause. Last Thursday, I was able to attend the SCAG conference, General Assembly. It was good meeting with other local government officials, not only from the Valley, but from the southern region. And we went through and voted in they had a change of guard, basically. We have a new president and first and second vice president. So we went through that. And like I said, it was a good getting to spend some time, not only learning about some updates and how they're battling for the rebuilding after the LA fires and so forth, but it was good information, and it was good to be able to meet with our other representatives. Oh, and if I could, yesterday was Mayor Pro Tem Ida's birthday, so I'd like to
Oh.
wish her a very happy birthday. I
Happy
hope she had a
birthday.
very
Yeah, I'm old. See the gray hair?
No comment.
No comment?
No.
No?
No.
At least some of us have our hair still. Hey, that's not intended for anybody here. So I also was out of town representing our county at California League of Cities. They had a board meeting with all of California there. They also had a legislation week, which I did not attend, but it was nice to see all of the board members out there representing and supporting different bills out there. And then some at-home news, there is a ribbon cutting tomorrow at, I'm going to say this wrong. Is it Tengo or Tingo? It's like 10 and then go.
Tengo.
Tengo tacos tomorrow. A ribbon cutting at 5:30. And then there's a margarita challenge on May 15th. That's at the Ivy Food Bank. If you haven't been, that's really good. I was a judge with somebody before here on this dais, but we don't talk about that.
It was a good time.
It was a good time. And then there's also another ribbon cutting. So we always appreciate when business want to open an Imperial. It's LM Professional Tax Service ribbon cutting. That'll be May 29th. Don't quote me on. I think it's May 29th at 5:30 as well. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you for my birthday wishes.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
All right. Nothing from me. We'll adjourn the meeting till May 21st, 2025.